Good morning, guys. How are you? Hope everything is well. I'm, as always, bright and early in the office. Got my coffee, so I'm ready to go. So let's do another video about a subject which can be close to your heart if you're in the middle of the project or you're planning one, which is it necessary to replace incoming services and relocate meters? So not many people know about this. So are you in the middle of a construction project and all of a sudden you are being asked by a contractor or your architect if you'd like to update your incoming services? We must admit it's a bit late to discuss this, but if this is the case, you might as well know that they are what they're talking about. It's common practice to change pipes and wires going into the property when carrying out refurbishment or development of any sort. The three major groups are gas, electrics and water. Let's look at each one of them a little bit closer. So why is it that you might need gas pipes replaced? This will have to do with the fact that when the house was built, regulations and standards were very much different to today's norms. Size, material and depth at which they were run don't match the strict rules nowadays. If you're replacing your central heating system, chances are it will be recommended to replace your incoming gas supply pipe, as the pipe size might be inadequate. Having an outbuilding in the garden with gas supply might be another reason. The size would need to be upped according to suggestions from your gas engineer. The number of appliances throughout the house operating on gas will also be of consideration, and you need to take a minute to think this through, or ask your builder to take a look at it. Changing the layout within the property might force you to relocate the meter of any kind to free up space and install it somewhere easily accessible, but away from the plain view, because the last thing you want to see is pipes and an ugly meter. Why would you need the water mains replaced? As it happens, the water supply may be one of the most crucial parts among services, and the reason would be that if something goes wrong related to this, and you have, for example, a massive leak or even worse, a flood, this would set you back to where you started, as everything installed would be ruined. Or if you haven't started anything, just everything will be ruined anyway. If you're lucky enough to be covered by insurance, then good on you, congratulations. Otherwise, it's a complete disaster. Hence why it's worth researching about this and talking to people who done it already, such as me, for example. We've established that the first reason to changing this is peace of mind and reassurance. The second one would be upgrading your central heating system and building more bathrooms, kitchens, WCs, installation of multiple radiators, underfloor heating and other outlets which require water supply and are operated on gas. Gas and water, yeah. So they're typically interlinked. Having a system with a hot water cylinder will require better flow and water pressure to operate correctly. The goal here is to have sufficient water pressure throughout the property, which would depend on both incoming water supply pipes and system you'd be installing. There's no water meter that you can monitor like gas or electric indoors. You normally pay an estimated bill from Thames Water, and you must make your peace with it, even though you can't really check this unless you find it under a small metal or plastic cover in your driveway, garden or nearby footpath. But come on, let's face it, no one wants to do this, right? Especially the older generation, they don't want to be all bent with a screwdriver trying to open a little cap to check their water usage, and then it doesn't actually show how much you've spent. It just shows the amount of water that's been. So unless you look after it regularly, you won't really understand this. So what about electrics? The cable normally stays as it is and no replacement is necessary. The meter, however, is similar to gas meter situation, where you might want to relocate it along with the fuse board. So sometimes you put the fuse board and the meter in one little cupboard or under the staircase or something like that. So a common place to install this would be your utility room, somewhere externally, or under the staircase. Obviously the fuse board is not for the external installation, it's just for the meter. This requires advice and guidance from your energy supplier, as they have strict guidelines and rules that you must follow. Here are some reasons as to why you might want to move electrical meter. So transforming a downstairs cupboard into toilet or shower room, very popular option. Constructing a new door frame, extending a property, so you might want to change your location because of the change of layout. Renovating a kitchen, building a conservatory, and moving it to more accessible positions such as the front of the building. So a job that we're doing right now, for example, we're moving it at the front. It's a glass box. Well, it's a box with a glass panel where if an inspection is required, anyone can basically sort of have a peek and see exactly what's happening. So very useful. So how much this could cost? There is no right answer to this question, as it will depend on the current location and where you'd like it moved, construction work necessary to achieve this, as well as volatile fees from your energy supplier. If repositioning is within 1 meter, it's known to be free of charge or for a small fixed fee. Best option is to talk to your contractor and energy supplier to get to the bottom of it and get a final cost, get a couple of quotes from builders. And in terms of energy suppliers, you haven't got much choice. You have to go with the one you have and sort of take the cost, bear the cost. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like our channel if you find this information useful at all. Tell us a subject you'd like to know about, and we'll do our utmost to bring some value to you by making more videos. Don't forget to subscribe to take advantage of future videos. From Adam Renovations, we wish you a great day, and we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you, guys.